This is taking a minute. All right, look. I'm using a foot that is a binding foot. I'm gonna use that. See how it works. I hope you can see decently. And I'm going to zoom you in just a little bit. Let's see, can I do that? There we go. So this is a new foot right here, okay? And I don't want to take it out of the machine because I have it all set up, but basically what it does is, now let me zoom you in on, there, okay. Ah, that's a much better scene. Okay, I am on YouTube also, and I think it's probably easier to see what I'm working on because it's kind of a taller view. All right. All right. Anyway, thank you for joining, and thank you for the follow, Clay and Thread. I would encourage you please to go over to YouTube and support my channel. I would appreciate that 100%. All right, so this is a special binding foot that it has the, I guess what it does is it holds the binding. I'm going to show you like this, okay? It holds it like this, and there's a plastic piece that it fits in that kind of goes this direction, okay? I don't know if you can see, all right? And so I can fit the quilt in between, and it runs along and sews both the bottom and the top at the same time. Okay? So I'm gonna give this a go. I did practice a little bit. The corners are gonna be weird. But it's a new foot and I'm just learning it. Now I've set my machine so that my needle is to the right because I can. Okay, and I'm just sewing with regular thread today. Okay, so if you head to YouTube, you probably have a better view, and I do have comments where I can read. I can read comments. All right. Anyway, thank you for all the likes. If this is something you're enjoying, please consider sharing, commenting, because I get lonely. All right, so I'm trying to, all right. Oh, that's looking good. Okay, that's looking good. I approve. All right, so this is a queen size quilt, and I have like to go all the way around it. Thank you for liking the live. Happy baking. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to sew for about, a foot or so, then I'll turn and check the chat. If you have something to share, if you want to know some information, and there might be, swearing and gnashing of teeth involved in this. I don't know though. So far it's pretty easy. But the foot itself is shaped kind of like this. Okay? The quilt goes in between and the binding is in this part. Okay? So it rolls around like this into this spot here. I'll open this and put the quilt in between. Okay? Don't have my hands the right way, but so it's this, folded over the quilt like this. And then it's going through a plastic piece that looks like this. Okay, does that make sense? So I'm not really giving a tutorial, but I mean, if you ever wanted to pick up a foot like this, we grab the empty box. It is this right here. Taping guide foot. Okay. This is what it looks like. That is what I'm using. And it is for Janome. This is a 9mm shank. It does come with this. I think it comes in the 7mm as well. Okay, this is kind of caught. You know, manipulating this giant thing, piece of fabric. I'm gonna knock stuff over. I just know I am. Thank you for the follow, Robin. How are you doing today? I don't know if I have much to say today. My voice is kind of gone. My students make me talk too much. Actually, I think they wish I would shut up. Okay. Now the problem is that I feel like I have to hold this up at an angle for it to go down. Okay. So otherwise, if I hold it down here, it comes out of the looped part. So I'm gonna hold it up. And I don't have any problem with the bottom part. It's just the top part. Yeah, it works better if I hold it up. So I'm holding it up at an angle. So just to kind of equal the angle that it's, so it goes straight in. This is hopefully the last live I do with this quilt. I'm in this to win it. I'm in it to win it. I really am. Okay. So consider watching on YouTube, and if you're on YouTube, thank you for hearts and subscribe to my channel. And if you're if you're following me as a creator on TikTok, consider going to my YouTube channel. Consider looking at what I have for sale in my Etsy. Okay, now the seam is a little bit sad over here. It's squeaking at me, trying to go through. I'm just doing one stitch at a time. Oh, jeez. Okay, come on, machine. All right. It made this growling noise. I think that's what I would call an unhappy machine. Maybe it's unhappy machine motor. There we go. All right, I have to hold this up at an angle. And I don't know if this is really any, well, it probably is a bit faster because I'm not sewing the front and then the back. I'm sewing the front all together. When I get to the corner, it's gonna be a mess. Okay, look, when I'm done with this, I am going to be done with my live for the day. So this might be a short live, actually. Now I'm checking the back, and that's just looking fantastic. It really is. I'm impressed with this. As long as I don't go too fast, and I just say, look, Libby, why are you in a hurry? You're just not. There's no reason to be in a hurry. I'm hanging out with you. So, how's the view on TikTok? I know the view on YouTube's pretty good. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Okay, so consider saying hi. Oh, you switched now. It's a better, yeah, it is a better view, isn't it, Rhonda? Yes. It's a much better view on YouTube. I mean, I know that, so if you're interested in seeing it closer up, if you're interested in just hanging out, then YouTube is the place. I mean TikTok. Thank you for all the likes. Holy cow. So many likes. All right, I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit more. But yeah, TikTok is not ideal today. I have it on a different tripod. I think I have YouTube on a better view today. I figured, why not? Why not give YouTube some love? Why not? Okay. So anyway, angle. This is actually not bad. Not bad at all. I really like this binding. It feels good too. It's a batik. And if you don't know what a batik is, it is a dyed instead of printed. It's dyed instead of printed, basically. And it's a lot better quality fabric too. So the edges of this quilt are going to be durable. So thank you for joining on TikTok. If this is your first time, I'm Libby. This is Knox Custom Designs. I do design soft goods, I guess, would you call them. Textile. I do textile arts. I've kind of been with this. I have to build my inventory of felt patch food. If you've ever been in one of my lives, can you give me a thumbs up? Thumbs up. There's only 4 sides to this quilt, but it feels like a mile. I mean, did I show you how much binding I have? I mean, this is a massive amount of binding. Hopefully it's going to be enough to go around. I have another piece standing by if I need it. So again, sorry for my voice. I don't have a lot of energy in my voice today. It's a little tired. So I don't know if I'll do much talking, but enjoy watching the sew. I'm just going to check it every once in a while. Make sure it's sewing underneath there. Okay. So how was your day today, guys? What are you currently doing? Are you sewing along? Are you a quilter? I mean, technically this is not a quilt. It's an embroidery project. Because all of these blocks were made on the embroidery machine. You know, I think what I want to do is show you the book that it came out of. So let me show you that real quick. Without moving the camera, hopefully. Trying to keep the camera intact. Cause dang, you know how long it takes for me to set up a camera? Takes a minute. Everything moves. Okay. I'm gonna take out the book that goes with this quilt and show you what kind of book this comes out of for embroidery. Okay, I'm digging through my books. Found it. Okay, so basically I install the pattern into my embroidery machine. Okay. And this is the book I got it from. Okay. YouTube, is this backwards to you? I can't tell. All right, so this is the book. All right. Oh, no, it's not backwards, is it? Okay, so when I use this book, you know, it gives me suggestions for patterns, right? And it gives you different styles of patterns, okay? And those are then numbered in the steps that it takes for you to do them. Okay, I'm trying to do like an equal, there we go. So you're gonna see. And then these are the steps. So for this particular block, and I don't think this is not the block that I chose. Let me see. I'll find the one that I chose. But you see all the different choices for these blocks. And then you have borders, which I didn't choose any of these borders. I made, I did the spider webs instead and the bats, which is what my daughter wanted. So, let's see. I want to see if I can find the actual pattern that I used. Flipping through this book here. Okay, but anyway, I guess let me show you the kinds of steps that it is, okay? So I put stabilizer, I put some batting, and then you do this this process of sewing, quilt, sew, flip, trim, right? Sew, flip, trim. Sorry. Okay, so this right here is how I really developed this, these pieces. You know, I just had to cut strips. And then the machine sews this triangle, right? And then I trim it. And then go on to the next step. Okay? And then the next step might look like, let me move the cameras just a little bit. Okay? The next step might look like, you know, here's some special scissors. They're the duckbill scissors that I showed you before in a different live. And then it'll sew another placement stitch. I'll put the fabric where I'm supposed to place it. It'll sew a seam, and then I'll flip that over. And you can see it just really is a step-by-step process. Okay, then it'll sew the piece, and then I'll trim, and I'll keep going. Notice that this is already quilted, okay? Now, for these blocks, I skipped the quilting step until the end, okay? So then this is a look of a final step, okay? It sews, and I had to trim. Now what I found out is you can't trim this edge right here. And there were so many times when I accidentally trimmed that edge and I'd throw away the block. So I could have like sewn this entire block for an hour and it would be trash because I wouldn't be able to sew it into the quilt when I have no seam allowance. Okay? So then this is how you did the final step, was like this. Flip this whole thing. And then you're done. Okay? So I hope you found that interesting. Looking for the block I actually made. And I think it's this one, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so I think it's this one. And you see, you could take these blocks and put them whichever direction you wanted to. Like, you could do it all in a circle, or you could do them like circles facing in, and then it has this like pinwheel effect. And anyway, I just want to emphasize that these are pieced on the embroidery machine as I go. And I did the quilting last after I placed the fabric underneath that I wanted to use for the backing. And the backing actually was, would have been, like if I had done it with the way book said, is I would have done all of the block, taken the block out, sew them together, and then cover the entire back of the quilt with one piece of fabric, like just straight across. And instead what I did was I glued the binding and then sewed it like 3 times down in the back to cover those seams. Okay, so anyway, almost 40 likes. Let's have more likes. More likes needed on TikTok. Anyway, here's another style. But what I want to show you is the number of steps that were involved in this design. Okay, so you've got all of these steps, and every time in between each step I was placing fabric, flipping fabric, and then changing thread color if needed. Okay, so anyway, this is kind of a an explanation of just kind of the whole process. And on my channel, in also in on YouTube, and also on TikTok, there's places where I do parts of those quilt blocks that you can see. Okay, back to sewing. Back to sewing this binding. Man, it's a lot. Like I said, each side is a mile long. All right, there. How's that going? All right. Well, thank you for joining, and thank you for hanging out. And if this is your first time here, thank you. Maybe consider following and subscribing. My goal is to build my channel. My goal is to do this 100% of my time. I would love to do this 100% of my time. Okay. My machine I hit a button while I was talking to you, and I have to move this back over to where it was. Okay, let's see. Up. There we go. Okay. All right, now it's... All right, how's the view, everyone? So if you're new to putting binding on a quilt, the traditional way to do it would be to sew it on the back first, like this, and then flip this over, and then sew it again. This tool here, this foot that I'm using, doing both steps at the same time. So I'm feeding it through this plastic piece on the front of the foot. I'm all about making my life easier. Why not? So I had a student ask me today how much it would cost to make a quilt like this. Any guesses? You know, like if somebody wanted to buy this quilt. Any fair guesses? If you know, each block took, I don't know, more than an hour, probably. And there's 4 blocks to make a circle, and then you have the sashing. This is really amazing. This is amazing. The only thing that I don't like is how it does corners. That's the only thing I don't like. And I'm coming to a corner. This would be side number 1. No, seriously, I'm gonna be done with this before I leave alive. Unless my cats have a fight. Because for them, it's dinner time. And they're, okay, machine. One stitch at a time. There we go. That's where the binding is sewn together. That's why it's screaming at me. It's making this grinding noise. Making it work too hard. Hello, Easter. Oh gosh. So the cats are lurking. And Max is over here to my left. And he's trying to tell me it's dinner time. Look at him. I mean, I don't know if you can see him sitting here. You can see his chest. Look, you've got to see this cat. He's mad. He wants dinner. He wants dinner. He's ready. I might have to go get dinner for him. Take a pause to my live. Because he's upset. I mean, he's gonna walk all over my quilt. I'm gonna go give them dinner. I'll be back in a minute. Come on, cats. Are you hungry? Ugh. Okay. Cats are fed. Now I don't have to have ugly stares. No staring. I'm not gonna look at me. All right. Now I'm coming up to a corner. And I haven't figured out yet how I'm doing this corner. I think I'm just gonna sew all the way off the edge. And then flip it and give it kind of a corner. And then I'm gonna reset it. I don't know. Okay. I guess it involves sewing off a little. All right, well, let me cut it. All right, YouTube. Sorry. Here we are. Okay. Sorry about that. I had you looking at the cat. It was the cat view for a minute. All right, TikTok. I need more likes. I only have 34 likes. If you're hanging out, watching, consider throwing some likes in there. Okay. Now, I'm going to turn this and I'm going to stick this back in here. Okay, I'm not sure. How I'm going to do this. This is one flaw they have decided that it has. And so because there's no real easy way to turn the corner on here. So what it will require probably is for me to go back and sew it again. Like, go back and just like fussy sew the corners. Because I feel like I should be able to figure this out, but I don't know. So like if I'm pulling on this a little bit, like pulling the binding, pulling up, and then just start feeding it again, see how it goes. No, it's not catching it. I can see that it's not. Okay, so yeah, it's looking a little upset. It's not looking that pretty. Not as pretty as it did going down the edge. Okay, I feel like it's not sewing the binding down. I guess it is. All right. Hold it up at an angle. Okay, another flaw I'm seeing is how do I take it out of there without like ending the whole thing? Yeah, I'm just not even sure. I have to think. All right, well, Rhonda, thank you for hanging out on YouTube. I appreciate it. All right. I really am having more self-contemplation rather than hanging out, like showing. I guess I'm just showing you how I'm using this foot. Then I'm gonna show you that I'm gonna have to take part of it out, maybe? No? I don't know. I think I have turning the corner, like, I think I have the concept. I think it's just a matter of like how I'm holding the fabric, or how I'm actually positioning, and at what point I'm turning the fabric as far as like being successful in the corner. But definitely need to hold this up and straight. Let's have it be straight. Taut. Okay. Taut. Straight. and at an angle. Okay, good. That didn't sew. I see places where this is not sewing. Either that or it's catching like just threads. And it's, okay, there's one spot. Oh, it is so close to the edge. And I keep moving my needle over more. Are you sewing, you're sewing baby bibs right now? Yeah, and yeah, this foot, it's crazy. Yeah, this would probably be good for baby bibs. But yeah, wrapping this around. Also, I don't know if you weren't looking yesterday, like when I first started talking about this, you can adjust it. So I think the smallest or narrowest that you could do the binding, I think was like 1/4 of an inch wide. So that's not bad, actually. But like I said, I think I think maybe, you know, doing curves on a bib might be a real good use for this. I really feel like a a curve would probably work really well with this. Okay. I just have to figure out like how I'm holding it. Now, one thing that I'm noticing is that if this screw that I have to adjust the amount of like how close it is or how narrow this is right here, that when it holds the binding, if it's too close, it bunches up and it falls out. But the bottom, I'm not having any problem with that staying in the channel. It's just the top. And maybe I'm just trying to think too hard about it. I don't know. Okay, manipulating this quilt. It's giant. I posted a picture of it laid out on the bed on my TikTok. If you want to take a look at the finished product from like a perspective of all at once. Now my daughter and I did hold it up on Sunday when I got everything all put together. You know what I think? Maybe what's going on? I just feel like it's at an angle. So this is coming off a little bit strangely. But, I mean, it really is going to save a lot of time once I get the hang of it. I'm looking at the chat to see if I missed anything. I sew about a foot and then check the chat. Then check the back to make sure it's, you know, it is catching the back like it's got like 1/8 of an inch or a millimeter, you know, on the back. It's really doing well. Okay. I mean, there's no reason to be in a hurry, right? I fed the cats. I am going to want to stop for dinner. My goal is to be done in half an hour. That's my goal. I would recommend this. I really would. I mean, it had a very low learning curve. Okay. Now here goes some more seam here. My machine's gonna yell. It's having trouble going through the plastic. The plastic is pretty supple there, though. It's, you know, it's not a real stiff plastic like the opening, like the up and down part is very forgiving. Okay. So I would recommend it. I really would. Okay, it came undone from up top. And I think the reason it does that is because I'm not holding it at the right angle. Don't hold it up too tall, don't hold it down too low, and it'll stay in there. Okay. If I missed a comment on TikTok, I apologize. If you sent a gift or a rose or something, but thank you for the likes. Almost over 100 likes. Thank you. That's wonderful. And it is a Tuesday afternoon here in northern Indiana. Very overcast. It's been spitting rain. And it's kind of chilly. It's like in the 70s. I would really like for it to feel like summer. Of course, I don't want it to be 118 heat index, you know, which is what other people are dealing with. Heat indices of like grand proportions. Okay, so the angle does not need to be that tall. Also, I think what I'm finding is if I don't have this top part pulled over enough, it's not sewing evenly on the back and on the front, which is what I want. So I want the same amount. Boy, this is a neat tool. It really is. And taking your time is important. But yeah, totally smooth. Let's see, I think I have enough done on this side. I can show you what it looks like finished. Okay, so here's one side. And so what I'm talking about is on the back, there's more of a lip right here. So I need to pull this around and trust that this part is staying in the channel on the back when I can't actually see it. Because you can see that there's a bit of a space between here and the edge. And on the front, it is right on the edge. Like nail bitingly on the edge. So I think it's a matter of holding it evenly. But it's looking rather consistent. Now with some practice, it would probably look better. it might be a little time before I bind anything else. Okay, this is stuck in my lap here. Coming up on another corner. This would be side number 2. So I'm feeling like where I need to keep my eyes is where this goes in, right here, instead of watching where the needle is, because by the time it gets from here to the needle, it's already in a position where it's supposed to be, if it's, you know, if the binding is positioned correctly in that channel there. Okay, I'm also noticing that I have to keep this very precisely straight so that this goes in there, right? But yeah, I do have to make sure that the angle is right when I hold it. I can't hold it down flat here because then the it comes out of the channel. I can't figure out, like, if I needed to take this out of here, I'd have to cut it and then pull it a little bit. And I am holding it in the back to keep it a little more taut. Okay. But yeah, 2 fingers. Okay, it's got a seam here. There we go. But it does help you. Gosh, it really does. It's doing two steps at once. Would it be faster to do it the other way? You know, traditionally, well, it's more of a struggle this way. Okay, came out of the channel. Easy enough. Pop it back in. Okay, yesterday, YouTube, it was hard to see. I do post my lives from TikTok on the YouTube. But, I mean, basically I'll post my YouTube live. And the view is usually better. Coming up on a corner. I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to do a successful corner. Because the last one was not successful. Oh, goodness. There is... I know there's a setting that I'm not doing well. Okay, hello, Mom. How are you doing?
Well, I am doing fine. How about your own self?
I'm fine.
Are you doing your
Am I doing my live? Yep. I'm sitting here
I'll
sewing.
let you go then.
No, it's fine. We'll have a chat. I've got, I have people scrolling through TikTok. I've got, 2 people watching TikTok at the moment, and I've got one lady watching me sew on YouTube.
Well, that's nice.
Yes. But I'm almost, let's see, I'm halfway around the quilt on the binding, which is the edge basically.
Yeah.
So let me call you.
Emily's quilt?
Yeah, it's almost done.
Almost done?
Yeah,
Wow.
I've been working on it nonstop for like a week.
Oh, I didn't know that was what you were working on.
Yes, that's what I'm working on, and it is almost done.
Yeah. How was your day?
And it was okay. So let me call you and tell you about the day later, because I have some questions to answer online. Okay.
Okay, I'll let you go.
Okay. Talk to you
I just
later.
wanted to check back in with you.
I'm glad you did. I'll talk to you.
Okay,
Be probably
talk
about.
to you later.
Yeah. Love you, Mom.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Does the seam finder come with the machine? No. I actually purchased this. It's post-purchase. I'll tell you what. It's worth it. Okay, let's see. I have sewn to the raw edge of the quilt here. So maybe I went too far. I think I'll back it up a little bit. Let me just take this out of here and just see if I can slide it back. There. Okay, let me slide it back a little. Put my needle down. No, I don't think so. I like how I did it before, which is take it to the edge, raise the pressure foot, leave a needle in, and let's see, put this in here. In case you're wondering what it's called, it's a taping guide foot. Okay. It's a Janome, because that's the machine I'm working on. And this is the diagram side, if you were wondering what that looks like. So there are some instructions on how to use it. And down here, let's see, does it tell me how to turn? No. But anyway, it's just like wrap the, here's a diagram of how this looks like if you did like a cut like this. So you've got the quilt going in here and the binding is going around it. Okay, so that's what that looks like. But yeah. Okay, so that's what this is. Taping guide foot. Okay, let's see. Turn to the corner. I want to make sure that my quilt is back in between these little plastic things. Okay, that's the challenge. Now it will pull up. I can do that. Okay, this might be more successful now. Okay, let's onward. Okay, still not perfect. Not perfect. Not easy. Let's just put it this way. Still kind of awkward. Okay. Check it out. Let me sew away from it a little bit. I can always go back and unsew that a bit and just kind of fussy the corner. Fuss with it, I guess. Fuss with the corner. Later, after I do the main part here. Okay, let me see how this corner turned out. It did not. Let's see, what did it do? Well, it caught that corner. Well, caught it. It doesn't look pretty. I'll probably take it out. See, this is the back. Thank you for the likes. Okay, and then this is what the front looks like. So what I'll do is probably just take this out and refold it and sew it. Because, I mean, I want the corners to look nice, you know. It's just not nice. But I think with some practice, corners would look better. But I have one more corner to try. This is the third side. Third side. Side number 3. Let me put this back here like this. Let's straighten it out a little bit. Oh my God, it's so heavy. So heavy. So much fabric. Okay. All right. How are you doing on TikTok today? Okay. I love this color. I love the way it feels. And I like the way this foot is sewing. But, you know, I mean, it's a little fussy. It takes some patience. I have infinite patience. Infinite. So I think that it has been almost 2 years that I started this quilt. No, a year and a half. Probably a year and a half. All right. I have been on an hour. And I only have 120 likes on TikTok. TikTok's not impressed with me today. Oh, this is not impressive today. Well, look, I got projects to finish. I'll be working on felt food tomorrow. I go live at 4 o'clock. You know, that's my goal. It's been 4:30 lately. I think it was 4:30 today. Also, back to the binding. This is not cut on the bias. If it were cut on the bias, it would probably be better for doing curves. But since I'm just doing a straight. Now I'm trying to think, I did pre-press this. But if I had not pre-pressed it, I would still want to line this up here, line that up here, and fold it before it gets in here. It's not going to fold it for me. I'd have to fold it out here before it gets there. Okay, so pre-press. Okay, it's not straight. It's coming off weird. Okay. Let's go. I mean, boy, that is just right on the edge of that. I mean, I'm not complaining, but. Alright, so guiding in with my fingers on the front. Right here, put my fingers. That works. That works really well, actually. If I don't read a comment that you make on TikTok, repost the comment and reword it, because TikTok sometimes filters out comments that are totally acceptable, but for some reason they get flagged and they get filtered. So if I don't read your comment, then that is why. Man. But thank you for joining. Hello, Daisy. Hello, Betty. Hello, Hello, Vicky. Yeah, guide this in with your fingers up front. You have a whole lot more control over it. Yeah, that's working. As far as like keeping it from coming out of the channel, that's a good recommendation right there. Keep your fingers up here and guide that in. Ugh. Okay, if the quilt, this would probably be a lot quicker with something that's not as heavy, like a bib. All right. Okay. Hello, Apple. How are you doing today? Okay. Fingers in front, finger underneath, just to kind of guide. So finger on top, finger underneath, and making sure that this is up against the edge of your project, whatever it is you're binding. So I'm about to have a seam go through here. And the seam will go through. It's just doing a little squeaking. I'm giving it some help. I'm giving it a tiny tug. Not trying to tug too hard. But yeah, that plastic is very forgiving. Kind of a soft plastic feel. All right. All right. Cats are back. They're well fed. Okay. Finger on top, finger on the bottom, feeding it through. That is working. Finger on top, finger on the bottom. That works really well. That puts it at the right angle with your finger under there. Finger on top helps guide the binding, making sure that it doesn't slip from where you want it to be. That's looking better. Oh, something happened. Why do I have thread? Why do I have thread up here? Okay, I don't know. All right. Random thread. Okay. See, I let go of it for a second and it flipped off of there. Okay. But yeah, definitely. That's definitely gonna work. Okay, pro tip. That quilt looks great. Well, thank you, Jillian. There's a picture of it I posted today on in my feed. So if you want to look, once you pop out of the live, this is side number 3. But yeah, let's put our finger on top, finger on the bottom, guide it in there. Okay, there is a better view of this on YouTube. It's more of an up and down look. Favoring YouTube today. All right. Okay. But yeah, this is not a fast process. Don't be in a hurry. I have put binding on many a quilt, and it's messy. It never looks nice because, you know, I mean, I don't hand stitch the binding. I know people do, but I don't think I ever have. Well, I don't know if it's just because I'm lazy, or it just doesn't feel as durable. I don't know. Okay, making sure that this is going in there evenly. I've got finger underneath, finger on top. That's working. So if you're Rhonda, if you're still watching, I have this kind of figured out now. Finger on top, finger on the bottom, right in front of the binding. Or right in front of the foot. So hold that binding. Okay. So it's two fingers. You can't use just one. Like, it's not been working for me to just pinch it. I have to do a pinch like with fingers up top and then a finger guiding on the bottom. Which I don't really have that much trouble keeping it in the channel on the bottom. It's more the top. That's the hard part. Feel free to leave a comment on YouTube, and if you're hanging out on YouTube, please consider liking the stream and subscribing. It's looking good. Well, thank you. Yeah, it is looking good. I'm pleased with it. I'm happy I can share this with you guys. I mean, I hope that you're learning something and getting something useful out of content, because I do this every day. Don't do it for me. I could just sit in my room by myself and talk to myself. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm doing this for you. Okay? Pro tip. Binding goes over the shoulder. Okay. Let's see what it looks like. Let's check it out. Ugh. Okay, this is the back. Okay, so a little bit of seam there, and then but then look how nice it looks on the front. I mean, that stitch couldn't be any closer. It just couldn't. That is amazing. Isn't it? It's looking really good. I'll double check and I will go around to make sure that that I got all the stitching that the binding got stitched all the way around. I'll double check, but Anyway. Okay, I've got one more corner to try. And now that I know I have to hold this binding on both the top and the bottom, like one finger up top, one finger on the bottom, and guiding it so that it's straight. My goodness. Thank you for the likes. Holy cow. I appreciate that. Tap that screen. Tap that screen like it owes you money. Oh, there's 5 of you. Hello. You came out. Nice quilt blanket. Yes, Jennifer. Yes. Thanks for your comment. Okay. Yep. Finger on top. Helps keep it in that channel. I still think I'm probably pulling it over too short. But I want to err on being able to, that stitching goes through in the back. But yeah, it is very close. Hello, children? Hello, children? Okay. I have company in the house. I really like you guys hanging out on YouTube. That's amazing. Consider giving me a thumbs up if you're hanging out on YouTube. I've got just one thumbs up. Let's go. Let's have another thumbs up. Like the live. Like the live. All right. Okay, this is, I'm checking out the comments and then I'm gonna keep going. They have had food. All right, I'm learning this new foot. Okay, let's see. I think I'm doing all right. Yeah, so the angle has to be right. And I think having your finger out about an inch away from where it goes in is pretty much ideal. Okay, so inch. So basically right about where the throat plate starts on my machine. But like I said, the corners are a mess because I haven't quite figured out how to do that. Okay. If you enjoy this kind of content, consider following me on TikTok and subscribing on YouTube. Are you done hearing me say that? I mean, what else? I could talk about the weather. I have 4 cats. Does anybody else have cats? I have 4. Max is the namesake of the company because he is always in my business. He's the one who came up here and sit on my quilt until I went downstairs to feed him. He was the spokesperson. He said, "Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am, you forgot to feed me. Ma'am, it's after 5. Okay, this is the final corner. I'm heading to the final corner. We're gonna try it one more time. I think the idea is to sew to the edge of the quilt, like sew past the edge of the quilt, and then turn. Okay. Are you getting something out of this content? What do you think? Wow, thank you for the likes. You don't have a name. You just have a blank space there. Well, thank you, blank space, for liking the live. Thank you, Jillian, for liking the live. Wow. I do need likes. Thank you. Almost 1,000 likes, you guys. Thank you. I love the involvement. Okay. I need to put my fingers over here again. Fingers. Guiding. Okay, so let's do that. Let's guide it. I'm using a different hand. I think this works better because coming from the right and holding it this way instead of the opposite direction, which makes more sense. But I'm saying still hold that. Okay. Now I'm going to sew to the very edge of the quilt. Okay. I'm going to sew to the very edge of the quilt. Maybe one stitch past. Okay. Raise the pressure foot. Turn the quilt. Okay. Now the idea is that I want that corner to still be covered. So I pivot. Now put that in there. Edge of the quilt. There we go. Cover with the binding. I think what I'm gonna do is lift that needle and move. Move it down. Okay, so raise the needle. Shift. After you've shifted and turned, raise the needle. Lower the needle in the new spot. And let's sew it like this and see what happens. Okay, there shouldn't be any difference because I mean I still look like I'm feeding here. There's just not anything toward the back, so but we're making it. Okay, look. It's a challenge. Let's go. Okay, it's slipping. Don't slip. It's still slipping. Okay. See if we can just get it started again and see what it looks like. I think it's not even sewing the binding yet. It's not even sewing it yet. Okay, now it is. Now I can feel it. Your damn smoke alarm's so annoying. Wait, I'm finished hand sewing a quilt. Wait, pause. Sorry, my name isn't showing. That's okay. Your name's not showing up, but now I have a face. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Grammy says good evening. Sorry, I'm catching up with the chat once I turn the corner here. It's okay. Sorry, your name's like, Maria Tia. I'm finished hand sewing a quilt. You just finished hand sewing a quilt that you're making. And then your smoke alarm is annoying. I don't know. What's going on with your smoke alarm? Is there a fire? Watch out. Time to evacuate. Or is it because you're cooking? I don't know. Honey?
Yeah.
Will you cook some spaghetti, please?
No.
Noodles?
Nope.
No? Okay.
I got something else for you.
All right. I'm on side number 4. I'm on side 4. Okay, look. This is the side, so all right. Let's see if we can go a little faster with this. Okay. This is not a fast process. It's fine. It's fine. I think YouTube looks all right. It's okay. I'm concentrating. Yeah, I am. A to Z, okay. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna ban you, and I'm gonna put the word crypto as a banned word, and then see if you can comment. Just in case you're wondering, A to Z, okay, is living in the same house with me. He's my groom of 34 years. So my opinion on crypto, it's fake. It's a conspiracy. It's fake money. Ah. Okay. Ah, definitely heavy. There we go. All right. Okay. All right, YouTube. I'm so glad you're hanging out. Okay. And Grammy, it's nice to see you again. I appreciate that you're hanging out with me while I'm finishing this quilt. I don't think this is sewing. I've missed quite a little bit here. I need to reposition this. There. Now that's better. Okay, so I'll go back and catch that after I take it out of the machine. Just as expected, you know, sometimes you're gonna miss some edge. But hold it from the right. Guide with his fingers on top is what I'm doing. I don't want to, like, you have to hold it up at a slight angle because the way that this feeds in. And I'm not complaining. Okay. Okay. It is going to be dinner time before I'm done with this, I think. Time is it? Yep. It is dinner time. It is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am so desperate. I just want to get this done. And I won't work on it after dinner. I already know that. I'm working on putting my website together after dinner. That's what I'm doing. Hey, Amanda. Grammy's getting some good pointers. Okay. Okay. All right, Amanda. It's nice to see you again. How's your day? I'm on YouTube again. And YouTube has a better view. YouTube has a better view of it has a better view of the foot that I'm using and kind of how it looks. Thank you for the likes. Holy cow. Okay, look, 2,000 likes. Everybody showed up. Was a shit show at the drive-thru on lunch, and your back tire popped. What? Oh no! You were in the drive-thru and your back tire. Your back tire popped. Oh, that's no bueno. That's not good. Oh, well, that is definitely some shite. What did you do? Hopefully you ate your food. Hopefully you ate your food while it was hot. Get some revenge. Eat that food. Yeah. You've been eating tires. Yeah, at least I did it while I was sitting and driving. Not driving. Yes. You're right. Gosh, tomorrow, I'm not even sure what I'm going to be working on. You know what I'm going to do tomorrow? I'm going to embroider a tag to put on the back of this quilt. I'm going to do that. So, design. Oh, yes. All right. Getting there. Okay, there's about 3 feet, not 3 feet, about a yard and a half left. Hopefully my binding lasts to the ends. I think it will. Okay, tires are expensive. So, we're having spaghetti tonight at your house, Rhonda. Spaghetti. Yes. See, we had spaghetti on Monday and we have leftover sauce. And I was suggesting that we have some noodles. So there were noodles ready for me, right? But I guess there's a surprise for me downstairs. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, Crypto Man. Is it a yummy surprise? Or is it coffee? Because I was expecting coffee. Not coffee for dinner, but coffee for brunch, breakfast. You're having Alfredo noodles. Amanda, that sounds delicious. Hi, Max. I haven't seen you in a while. Trying to keep track of YouTube comments and keep track of TikTok comments. Now, see, on Sunday I had the peanut gallery helping me look at YouTube. But, yeah, she wasn't doing too well at it. Also, I've lost my voice, guys. I've lost my voice. My students want me to talk. Well, I think they'd really preferred. You just watch a cooking show. Yeah, Grammy. I hope it was yummy. Whatever that you were watching. What cooking show are you watching? Because there's a lot of them out there. A lot. Okay, I missed another section here. I guess there's a seam there, so it kind of moved away a little bit. Oh gosh, lemon Parmesan chicken, rice, roasted asparagus. That sounds great. Are you coming over to cook? Because dinner needs to be made. This quilt needs to be finished is what it needs. I cannot believe. Now look, I think I probably left this in the closet for about 4 months. I'm trying to think, like before I picked it up again last week, how long it had been in the closet. Taken up a massive amount of space. Oh, you're hungry. Well, I am too. What time is it where you are, Grammy? Is it 6? The sun's coming out. You guys? It was so gloomy all day, and now the sun's coming out. Now I'm feeling like I should mow after dinner. Waiting for the lady to post the recipe. Oh, it's 5 o'clock. Okay. It's time for dinner. You have time to make dinner. Post the recipe, huh? Was that a YouTube channel? Okay. Holy cow. I can see the end. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Now I'm going to figure out how I'm going to get creative with this at the ends. Not sure. Because I mean, I have to join them together. And I might have to just do that with regular straight stitch. I don't know. See how it goes. Gosh, all this talk of food, now I'm really hungry. I don't feel like cooking. I never feel like cooking. When do you feel like cooking? Because I never feel like, I always feel like sewing. Never feel like cooking. Almost there. Telling you, almost there. Hopefully my bobbin thread will last. If it runs out at the very end, I'm gonna be all sorts of upset. Oh gosh, I have to. I better keep an eye on that. All right. Gosh. It'll tell me if I'm out. It'll give me a beep sound. It's not like my other machine won't let me sew once it comes with the bobbin sound because there's usually like this much left of thread on there. All right. Oh, wow. Okay. It's a lady on here that does farm cooking. Oh, on TikTok? Okay, you love to bake. My daughter likes to bake. The one who's getting this quilt, she loves to bake. I got her a mixer a couple of years ago for Christmas. A stand mixer, like a really nice one. Okay, so the best way to do this, first of all, keep this straight. Keep this straight. I'm about to come on a seam in the binding, but hold it about an inch away. And you can feel where they're even on the bottom, okay, but I have to pull this through. It's squeaking. It's protesting. That's protesting. This could go on my tall machine too, but I wanted to sit down to sew. And the table on this one's better. So you like to sew, but you're trying to get the rest of your stuff unpacked. I don't feel like doing that either. Did you just move? TikTok. Recipes. Got it. I have competition out there. Oh my gosh. Almost there. Okay, I'm 10 minutes past my stop time. I mean, my goal is to not be longer than an hour and a half. Because that's a long live. But I've got my eye on the prize. I did sew longer than that on Sunday. Let's see. Oh, from California to Illinois. Okay. I have family in California. That's where I took my sewing machine in a suitcase. I took this sewing machine and the embroidery unit with it, and I took it out to California with me in my carry-on. And if they had told me that I had to take my bag and check it, I would have said, hold my drink. And I would have unpacked that sewing machine so fast. Okay, oh, you're done. Oh, all of your grandkids and everybody's there. Well, it'll be more special when you arrive to visit. They won't take you for granted. My grandma would come. I had, my two grandmas, they lived so far away. I only saw them once a year, maybe, if that. Still loved them. Don't worry. And you have FaceTime. I mean, isn't that insane? Okay, this is almost done. I can feel the end. Yes! Okay, now look. I'm going to try something. If it doesn't work out, that's what seam rippers are for. Okay? That's what seam rippers are for. But I'm going to get down here. And I'm going to join the two. I'm going to join the two ends. But the way I'm going to do it, I'm almost there. Almost. Okay. So there's this piece, and there's this piece. So I'm going to trim this because I sewed further than I probably should have if I wanted to do it this way. So I'm going to trim this piece about, I don't know, this much. Just enough that I can join it with this one, and then I'll turn this under. Okay, so I'm going to cut this longer, right to about here. Look, this is how much binding I have left. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, and then this much. Not very much. This is it. That's all I have left. I didn't need that other length that I had. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna keep sewing with my little binder foot, right? And I'm gonna cover this. I think I was gonna do it the other way. I'm gonna cover it. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna push that here like this, okay? And I'm gonna cover that like this. But I'm gonna fold this under. So I'm gonna open this up I'm gonna fold the raw edge in. I'm gonna now go back to, right, fold that raw edge in. It's a little awkward. Okay, fold that back to the center. Fold this back to the center. Now pull it out here to make it straight. Cover this. Cover this. Okay. This looks a little wonky there. Okay. I think it's gonna work. I have high hopes. Here we go. Let's see. Is it working? Ha! Goodness. All right. I need bells and whistles. I need an applause. I need all sorts of things. This is done. Okay, now, it didn't turn out pretty. I missed a spot right there. Okay? But I will go back and I'll rip that a little bit and then I'll re-sew it. Thank you for the applause, Grammy. Yes. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is go back and clean up this. I'm gonna clean up my corners. It'll be done, and then I'm going to. That's why I hate binding. Well, look, this really helped a lot. It really did. I just have a few little tiny details to do. Not very much. Not very much. Now, the other thing I could do is like open this up and then sew these together like just with a straight stitch and put it back in here and just close it. I just wanted to see if it could go through the binder. I just did. I wanted to see if it would work. All right. Well, if you're on YouTube, be sure to hit that like button before you head out. And if you're on TikTok, thank you. 4,000 likes. Are you kidding me? What? Somebody has a sore finger. Somebody has a sore finger. I'm just saying. Y'all. You do. You have a sore finger. I'm just saying. All right, look. Okay. Look at this be done. Look at this. So nice. But yeah, there are some details that need to be. Do you see how big this is? Okay. Anyway, I posted on TikTok. I posted a picture of what this looks like laid out on the bed. You have a sore finger. You definitely do. You have a sore finger. Stop. Trying to get up to 5,000 likes. All right. If you have found this content interesting, and you know, I enjoy doing this for you. I'm excited. To have this done. So if I look back at my lives, what did it take a week to finish it? I'm not sure. But I knew it was close to being done. I just had to do it, you know? Sometimes you just have to kick yourself in the butt and get something done, right? Just do it. Okay. Anyway. This is a thumbs up. This should definitely be my let's see, what do you call that? The picture that you put like on YouTube, you know, people like you know, like this, it's done. All right. Yeah, it is a beautiful quilt. Thanks. I am a popular girl. Yeah, thanks, Grammy. Thank you for subscribing, Amanda. I appreciate it. Yes, that's it. Was it profile picture? Tile. I don't know. It's like whatever people put for like their YouTube videos. Oh, I'm not sure. Did I teach my students je ne sais pas yet? No. I don't want them to start saying that. That's bad. We found out from you. I shall not teach that to them. That would be a bad idea. Oh gosh. Anyway, tomorrow the plan is to create a label that I can sew on the back of this quilt. Okay, so I really am gonna head out. Peggy, thank you for the likes. And yeah, I will eventually teach them je ne sais pas. She would ask the question of the day, and everyone, when she got to me, I just said, I didn't know. What time will it be on? I am trying to be on between 4:30 and 5 o'clock my time. It just depends on like when I get home from work, how long it takes for me to set up my cameras, and get my machine ready and you know, feed the cats. The cats get hungry in the middle of the live, I'm gonna leave the live. So anyway, 5 o'clock Eastern time, between 4:30 and 5 o'clock Eastern time, and that's what I'm gonna do. And I'll let you go because I'm hungry and it's time to eat and see what the surprise is for me downstairs, because apparently there's something to look forward to other than leftover spaghetti. All right, have a great day, everyone. Thank you for hanging out with me and watching me sew. Bye, everyone.